No, something kind of tint off for you. The space, the screen make half, or you go delete them. The participants are 4. Then we have JMS regional quiz like a WhatsApp, like a chat box. Okay, good morning to us all. I believe we are fine. Good. So, you are welcome to the Volta Regional Qualifiers. So, it's proud to see you and have you in this regional contest. You are opportune to be here today. But before we start officially, there are some few things we would like to know, acknowledge our sponsors and all that. So we want in that aspect. And sponsors again, Gridco Ghana, MTN Stakeholders Management, Nestle Ghana Limited, Good Food, Good Life. And our media partner is Jsmq TV. We are very grateful to Jsmq TV for coming on board, for covering us and supporting us. From there, we want to take opportunity also to thank the head of various institutions for even allowing their students to be here. We are grateful to them, and even spending time preparing together with the teachers who spent time ensuring that these students are here this morning. The stress, the struggle of even getting here, the preparation. We are grateful to all the teachers and the heads for their support as well. And again, we also want to thank you also for making it here. We want to give a round of applause to our teachers and our and
Helena Bigwahel is a great student.
Fantastic. I'll move on to Thomas Aquinas. You introduce yourself.
Volta, Basic 8.
And?
Equator, Basic 9.
Okay, let's give it to them. A hand of applause to them. A hand of applause. I'll move on to Open Gates.
Basic 8.
And?
Basic 7.
Okay, let's give it to them. Fantastic. So, kindly put your microphones on. Do not put them off. Don't turn it off until the end of the contest. And again, the contest is also buzzer dependent. You have some buzzers in front of you. And before we start, we'll need to test them to hear the sound to ensure that it is working before we get into the contest. And again, I'll start from Clefe. Can I hear your buzzer? Good. Thomas Aquinas, your buzzer. Fantastic. Open Gates, your buzzer. Good. So there will be 4 rounds in this contest. Round 1 is the fundamentals. Round 2 is the fastest fingers, fastest brain. Round 3 the science and technology challenge. Round 4 is decoding the clues. contestants, in each round, I'll be reading the instructions for each round before we get into it. So you don't need to worry about all this round. So we'll start from round 1, which is the fundamentals. This round consists of questions from biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, and ICT. And if a school answers a question correctly, 3 points. Correctly, 3 points awarded. If it is incorrectly answered, it becomes available as a bonus to the other 2 schools to compete for, and a score for the bonus is 1 point for a bonus. Schools will have 15 seconds to answer questions that do not require calculations, and 40 seconds. And I have a smile from you. Relax as we get into the contest. Let me have a smile from all of you. Good, good. So you are welcome. We move straight into it. Round 1, first set of questions. 15 seconds. Clefe, 15 seconds. In which state of matter does diffusion occur faster, and why?
Liquids, because the molecules moves faster from a higher concentration to the lower concentration.
That is incorrect. As a bonus. Okay. I'll give the answer when we are done with this set of questions. Next question, Thomas Aquinas. How does temperature affect diffusion? As a bonus, okay. Now I'll move on to open gaze, your main question. Open gaze. How does molecular size affect diffusion? As a bonus, okay. So the first question to Clefe was gases, not liquids, gases. The particles rather move faster in gases than in liquids, so gases. The second question was that high temperature increase the kinetic energy, and as such increase the rate of diffusion. And the last question was smaller molecules diffuse faster than larger ones. The smaller ones diffuse faster than the larger ones. Second set of questions. Preamble to all schools. Consider the following compounds. The first one is MnO2. That is manganese ammonium chloride. Then we have Pb, or in brackets NO3, bracket close 2, that is lead 2 nitride. Again, the first one is MnO2. We have NaHCO3, Na2CO3, NH4Cl, then PbNO3 2. Do we have the compounds? Okay. Now the question goes to Thomas Aquinas. It's a preamble to all school. Select the compound or the compounds, either the compound or the compounds which has a black color.
NaHCO3.
That is incorrect. As a bonus, okay, I'll come to the answers when we are done with the set of questions. Open gates. Open gates. So you're also selecting a compound or compounds that's sublime on heating.
EB.
That is not correct. As a bonus, Clefe.
NOCl.
That is correct for Clefe. Let's give it to them as a bonus. Clefe, your main question dissolves in water to give a solution of pH less than 7.
Acid. Mn2.
That is not correct. As a bonus, okay. Okay, so the question for Thomas Aquinas was MnO2. Then that for Clefe was NH4Cl. Clefe, your main question. A student developed a program as a game to keep checking the inputs of a user until it matches what it is expected. What type of loop is employed?
Repeat forever until.
That is not correct. As a bonus, okay, I'll come back to the answer. Thomas Aquinas. A program is designed to run a set of instructions for a fixed number of times. What type of loop is used?
Repeat until.
That is not correct.
Forever.
That is also not correct. As a bonus, that is a for loop. Clefe, your question was a while loop. While loop. Next set of questions. Preamble to all schools. You are designing a circular garden with a radius of 7 meters. You plan to put a fence around it and plant grass inside. Take pi to be 22/7. Again, I'm reading the preamble. You are designing a circular garden with a radius of 7 meters. You plan to put a fence around it and plant grass inside. Take pi to be 22/7. So that is a preamble. Do you all get a preamble? Good. Clarify your main question. If fencing cost is 12 Ghana cedis per meter, how much will the fence cost?
$1,840.
That is not correct. You have another attempt?
288 Ghana cedis.
That is also not correct. As a bonus. Yes, Pando.
84 Ghana cedis.
That is not correct. Okay. I'll hold on with the answer. Thomas Aquinas, your main question. If grass costs 6 Ghana cedis per square meter, what is the total cost of planting grass? Yes.
64 meters.
That is not correct. I said total cost. Cost is not in meters. Open Gate, your main question, with the same preamble. If the cost of fencing is reduced to 10 per meter and the cost of planting grass remains 6 per square meter, what is the total cost for both fencing the garden and planting the grass?
What is Ghana cedi?
That is not correct. Another attempt.
Ghana cedi.
That is also not correct. As a bonus, yes, Clefe.
34 Ghana cedi.
That is not correct. So I'll start with Clefe. Your main question, the answer was 528 Ghana cedis. For St. Thomas Aquinas, your answer was 924 Ghana cedis. Then for Open Gates, answer is 1,364 Ghana cedis. Next set of questions, 40 seconds each. So I'm reading the preamble to all schools. Given the equation x squared minus 7x plus 12 equal to 0, x squared minus 7x plus 12 equal to 0, St. Thomas Aquinas, find the sum and the product of the roots of this equation.
Number 2/5.
That is not correct. As a bonus, okay, I'll keep that. So the same preamble. If open gaze, now to open gaze. If these roots are increased by 2 each, what is the new quadratic equation? As a bonus, okay, Clefe, I'll still hold on, I'll give the answers later. Clefe Achatimi, find the quadratic equation whose roots are the reciprocals of the original roots. As a bonus, okay, thank you. What is happening when you solve the quadratic equation? What are the roots? Anyone to help me? Not for a mark. What are the roots of the quadratic equation? When you solve the quadratic equation, what are the roots? Anyone to assist? When you solve x squared minus 7x plus 12, what are the roots? Two numbers you multiply, you are getting 12, you are adding, you are getting 7. Okay. To state whether they are true or false, I will start with open gaze. Open gaze. Antivirus software guarantees total protection against all malware. True or false?
True.
That is a false statement. Clever Achateme. Python is a malicious computer threat. True or false?
False.
That is correct. Let's give it to them. St. Thomas Aquinas. Cookies in a browser are malicious files that always harm your system. True or false?
True.
That is a false statement. Next set and the final set of questions for this round. Krefe Achateme. Unbalanced force can cause an object to accelerate. True or false?
True.
That is correct. Let's give it to them. Thomas Aquinas, St. Thomas Aquinas. The greater the mass of an object, the less force is needed to move it. True or false?
False.
That is correct. Let's give it to them. Open gaze. Friction always acts in the same direction as motion. True or false?
True.
That is again a false statement. So we've come to the end of round one. That is the end of round one. Let's give it to our contestants. So kindly note that the 2025 Junior Science and Maths Quiz is proudly brought to you and organized by the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology in collaboration with two colleges, College of Science and College of Engineering. We will just go for a short break and we'll be back with the scores for round one. Okay, so welcome back. That was a fantastic round. And we want to have the scores. We have the scores ready. And at the end of round 1, these are our scores. We have open gates with 0 points. Let's give it to them. Saint Thomas Aquinas of Pando JHS has 3 points. 3 points. And Clefer Achetime MAJHS has 8 points. So that was an awesome round. We move on to round 2. And round 2 is what we call the fastest brain, fastest finger. And in this round, we have 1 question being read out to all schools. And contestants will have to compete to be the first to answer a question, the first. Each question carries a score of 4.4. You are competing the 4 points for each question. When a contestant is ready to respond, please, you press your buzzer before you respond. You attempt the question. Answering before pressing the buzzer will disqualify your school from the question. And after the buzzer has been pressed, you need you use a penalty of 1. Wrong answer, penalty of 1 in this round. Best wishes to you all. Best wishes to you all. Because it's buzzer dependent, we want to check our buzzers again. And I'll start from Clefe. Can I hear your buzzer? Good. Open gaze. Good. Then I can now have oh no. Okay, time up. The answer is 3. You don't need a W key for anything. 7W minus 2 is 5. 18 minus 3 is 15. 15 over 5 is 3. Within 10 seconds to produce this answer. It's 3. Next set. Which blood vessels carry blood away from the heart? Pando.
Artery.
That is correct. Let's give it to them. Next set. Next question. When light travels from glass to air, its speed is the speed increases. Next set. The science and practice of breeding, rearing, and managing animals for human use is called
pastoral farming.
Again?
Pastoral.
No. Yes, Pando.
Animal production.
That is correct. Let's get to them. Next question. Next question. What happens to light when it strikes a smooth mirror? Yes, Clefe.
It bounces back left to the other.
Come again.
It bounces back to another object and reflects on it.
And the final thing you said was what? It does what?
Reflects.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. Next, name 3 primary input devices used with computers. Pando. Pando, yes, speak.
Keyboard, mouse, scanner.
That is correct. Let's give it to them. Next question. Which mosquito genus is responsible for transmitting yellow fever and dengue? Yes, Pando.
Phylloanopheles mosquito.
That is not correct. Yes, Clefe.
The Aedes mosquito.
That is correct. Let's give it to them. Next question. What is the remainder when 2025, the remainder when 2025 is divided by 9? Yes, Pando.
Remainder 23.
That is not correct. Yes, Clefe.
Remainder 7.
That is not correct. So the time is up. It's remainder 0. 0. There's no remainder for that. It's 0. So that was the last question in round 2, and it's been an awesome round. Kindly note that this quiz is sponsored by the KNUST Learning Center, the KNUST Institute of Distance Learning, the Desk Technologies, Greatco Ghana Limited, MTN stakeholders, Nestle Ghana, and our media partner, Kesben TV. We'll be back with the scores. awesome contest. What an awesome contest. What an awesome contest. So these are our scores at the end of round 2. So at the end of round 2, Open Gate School still has 0 points. Let's give it to them. They have done well. Pando St. Thomas Aquinas JHS has 13 points. 13. And Clefer Achatimi MA JHS has 14 points. So we are moving on to the third round, and that is what we call the Science and Technology Challenge. And one question will be given out to all schools. The question this round will be, you have to perform a task and you'll be assessed. The score for this round is 10 marks and you have 10 minutes to complete the task. And the round is sponsored by the Desk Science set. Upon successful completion of this task, you have 3 points. Then, whatever your observation for task 1 and 2 is 2 points. Doing the bias mode of the diode and having any effort on the motor. So explain that, or does the biasing mode of the diode have any effect on the motor? You explain that and you have 2 points. And finally, you state the energy conversion process of the circuit, and that is also 3 points. So we have 10 minutes for this. minutes. You have 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes. Don't touch anything. Just relax. Relax in your seat. Don't touch anything. Time is up. Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. That was an awesome round. Yes. So in this round, we were to complete a task. We're given 9-volt cell, a motor labeled, and a diode D and a key. And the task were to perform some task. And if you were able to do the task properly, you had 3 points for that. Then, based on observations for task 2 and 3, whatever you see, whatever your observations, you have 2 points for that. Then we were to explain whether the biasing modes or diodes have any effect on the motor. Then we had 2 points for that. And now states the energy conversion process of the circuit, and that was 3 points. You all did very well. And I'll start with open gates. Open gates for the general task, you did it excellently, and you have 3 out of 3. Then for task 1, out of the 2, you had 1. Task 2, out of the 2, you had 0. And at least you did something for the task 3. Out of 3, you had 1. So you have a total of 5 out of 10. Let's give it to them. Total of 5 out of 10. Then for Pando and Clefe, for task 1, you both had 3 out of 3. 3 for Pando and St. Thomas and Clefe, you had 3. That was good? Good. Again, for task 1, Pando, you had 1 point. No, Clefe had 1 and Pando had 2 points. For task 2, you all had 2 out of 2. And for task 3, Clefe had 3 out of 3, while Pando had 1 out of 3. So at the end, Clefe had 9 over 10, and Pando had 8 over 10. So 9 out of 10 for Clefe, 8 out of 10 for Pando, St. Thomas Aquinas, and 5 out of 10 for open gates, Wolfit. So at the end of round 3, Wolfit Open Gate School, you have 5 points. 5 points. Let's give it to them. Let's give it to them. They've done well. 5 points. Pando St. Thomas Aquinas JHS has 21 points. Let's give it to them. Then Clefe Achateme MAJHS has 23 points. Give it to them as well. Fantastic. We are moving on to the final round, which we call the final round of the contest, which we call decoding the clues. In this round, the questions will be read out as a series of clues. If the question is answered on the first clue, 6 points. 6 points. On the second clue, 5 points. On the third clue, 4 points. And any other fourth, fifth indication, or you have 3 points for that. Contestants are to press the buzzers before attempting to answer the question. Failure to press the buzzer before answering disqualifies you from the question and nullifies your answer, even if your answer is correct. Since it's buzzer dependent, I want to hear your buzzer. I will start with open gates. Good. Thomas Aquinas. Then Clefe Fantastic. So, are you ready? Let's move. First set of clues. I am carried by electrons in metals. I require a closed circuit to exist. I am necessary for powering electrical devices. Clefe.
A conductor.
That is not correct. I continue. My unit is ampere. I am the flow of electric charge. Who am I? Oh, that is electric current. Next set. There are just 4 questions in this set. 4. This is the first one. 3 to go. I am a small flap of elastic cut found at the root of the tongue. I guide food to the right passage and protect the airway. I ensure food goes to the right place to avoid routes. I prevent food from entering where air flows. I close over the trachea when you swallow. Pando.
Esophagus.
That is not correct. Yes, open gate.
The digestive system.
That is not correct again. Okay. The epiglottis. Next set. I convert sound waves into digital signals. I am a peripheral device. I input sound into the computer. I am used in video calls and voice recordings. Yes, Pando.
Microphone.
That is correct. Let's give it to them. And that was on the 4th attempt. The 4th attempt, 3 points. Final question for the contest. Final question. This is a decider, a final question here. I want to see my schools. Good. I show intersections, union, and differences. Pando.
Venn diagram.
That is not correct. I can solve problems with 3 different sets. I am a visual way to reason about sets. I use 3 overlapping circles to show relationships. Students often shade me during math problems. Who am I? Clefe.
The universal set.
That is not correct. Okay. Thomas Aquinas, do you know the answer now? Thomas Aquinas, do you know the answer? I said you can solve three different problems. Do you know the answer now? 3-set Venn diagram. It's not just Venn diagram, 3 sets. It's a 3-set Venn diagram. So that was the end. That's the end of the contest. Let's give it to our contestants. They've done marvelously. What a contest. What a contest. What a contest. What a contest. Give it to them again. They've done marvelously well. Yeah, so before we have our scores, kindly note that the quiz is organized by KNUST, the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and supported by the College of Science and College of Engineering. And our key sponsors are KNUST e-Learning, Institute of Distance Learning, KNUST Desk Technologies, Ghana Great Company Limited, MTN Stakeholders Management, Nestle Ghana Limited, and our media partners, Kesben TV. It's been an awesome time this morning. This is again part of the regional qualifiers, the first contest for the Volta regional qualifiers. And in this first contest, these are our scores. At the end of round 4, we have Wilfred Open Gate School with 5 points. Let's give it to them. Then we have Clefe Achateme, MAJHS, with 23 points. 23. Then the winners of today's contest, Pando St. Thomas Aquinas JHS, has 24 points. Let's give it to them. Give it to them again, 24 points. They did marvelously well. That was a close contest. That was a close contest. So we hope to see you in the next round. Pando St. Thomas Aquinas, we hope to see you. And probably we may, but for now, Pando St. Thomas Aquinas, we're seeing you in the next round, in the next qualifiers. But until we meet again, I'm saying that all the other schools, we thank you for coming. You've done marvelously well, especially for Clefe for giving us a very competitive competition this afternoon. You've done marvelously well. Marvelously well. If you don't meet again, probably next year, I'm going to meet Clefe again and Open Gates again. But for now, I am your quiz master and I'm Dr. Gabriel Obed Fosu. Until we meet again, stay blessed and shalom. Bye-bye.